Top 10 Manhwa with OPMC. Ever get tired of protagonists who struggle and suffer through every little challenge? Well, get ready for some serious power trips as we dive into the top 10 manhwa featuring main characters who are just flat out unstoppable forces of nature. These OPMCs will leave you both in awe and maybe a little jealous of their insane abilities. Let's get into it. Number 10, I used to be a boss. You know what's better than an OP protagonist? An OP protagonist who used to be a freaking boss monster. This manhwa kicks off with Baphomet, the big bad of the Abyssal Tower, getting murked by some hotshot hunter. But in a twist, his dying wish is granted: to become human. Now we've got this shameless, food-obsessed, brawl-hungry ex-boss running around causing chaos. The best part? Baphomet couldn't care less about his scammer rep. He just wants to fight and eat. With shady government agents, resurrected hunters' wives gone mad, and an obnoxious rich kid, the characters shine. And the brutal fight choreography is mwah, as Baphomet collects crazy weapons. If you want an unhinged power fantasy with an unstoppable MC, I Used to Be a Boss delivers an entertaining ride. Number 9. Divine Hand. Imagine if you could hand out superpowers like candy. That's our MC's deal. He bestows abilities on others, but they eventually circle back and become his own. So, he's running around upgrading regular folk to superhero status, but really stacking his own arsenal to become the most OP being ever. The twist? The monsters have reality-bending rules, abilities that literally kill you for just thinking about them. Dreaming about them? Death. Hearing footsteps? Death. Seeing footprints? Death. Our buff MC navigates this insane world, amassing ungodly power from every enhanced human. With slick art, creative abilities, Divine Hand is a wildly entertaining superhero power trip. Just don't think too hard about those monster rules. Number 8. Killer Peter. You know what they say, the older you get, the more dangerous you become. Well, in Killer Peter's case, the younger he gets, the more dangerous he is. This manhwa kicks off with Peter, a legendary killer getting betrayed by his own crime organization after decades of service. Ouch. But in a twist straight out of a comic book, Peter's body gets magically de-aged back to his teenage years. So now we've got this grizzled assassin mind-trapped in a baby-faced body, and he's out for vengeance. The best part? Peter infiltrates his old crew while downplaying his abilities to throw them off. You've got this unassuming kid casually taking down trained killers without breaking a sweat. With slick action, a badass MC who doesn't play games, and an aged master stuck in a young body, Killer Peter is a good read. Number 7. Shadow's Resurgence. Imagine being groomed from childhood as a loyal attack dog for your family, only to get tossed around like trash when useless. That's Saul Cooper's raw deal, used as a sacrificial pawn and abused by his former subordinates. Brutal, right? But here's the kicker. Sal was magically enchanted to take all damage intended for the heir, Alan, transferring his hard-earned talents and abilities to him. A rigged system. Saul finally reclaims everything through an insane loophole, leaving Alan a feeble husk and causing his family's downfall. As for Sal, he gets reborn as a clean slate baby. So now we've got an OP as heck Sal, free from his enforcer role and surely holding a massive grudge. With smooth art, crazy magic, and the ultimate underdog tale, Shadow's Resurgence gives us an OPMC who earned every bit of power through suffering. Number 6. Goblins Knight. Yo, you ever wish you could trade in your lame human life to become a badass demon lord? That's exactly what happens to our guy, Su Choi, when he learns he's a half-demon goblin descendant. One minute he's a regular high schooler, the next he gets whisked to a demon realm ruled by the almighty Demon King. Of course, the only way to prove his worthiness for that wicked throne is by throwing down against other power-hungry demonic contenders. This manhwa has serious Yu Yu Hakusho vibes with its mix of contemporary and supernatural elements. The action choreography is awesome. Go and give this a read now. Number 5. God's Gambit. Imagine waking up and your entire city has been snatched to become a piece on some divine chessboard. Crazy, right? That's the premise of God's Gambit, where our dude Yule finds himself stuck in an actual game played by capricious gods. At first, he thinks he can team up with citizens to overcome challenges. But soon, he realizes the only way to truly save his city is to embrace his role as the greatest, most diabolical villain this chess match has ever seen. It's a twisted take on the heroic power fantasy. Instead of striving for justice, you'll have to tap into supervillain tendencies and go full evil mastermind. Throw in slick monster designs and the mystery of these trickster gods, and you've got an entertainingly different OPMC story. Number 4. I Killed an Academy Player. You know those annoying, try-hard players who ruin games for everyone? Well, in I Killed an Academy Player, RMC straight up offs one of those jerks. But he's not just a disgruntled gamer, he's trapped inside the game world after getting hit with Isekai Syndrome. In his first run, he failed, but now he's back with serious power-ups. Determined to protect everyone, MC takes the pacifist route, using his OP abilities to diffuse conflicts while making the funniest expressions. Alongside the top-notch art and the charming story, there's romance that'll have you giggling like a school kid, giving classic shonen vibes. With comedy, action, and just enough creepiness, I Killed an Academy Player is an entertaining power fantasy with a wonderfully goofy MC at the helm. Number 3. The Executioner. In this manhwa, RMC throws the no-kill hero code straight out the window. When the villain who offended Gangyu's squad killed his brother in prison, our boy says nope to that goody-two-shoes nonsense. He becomes the Executioner. Now Gangyu's on a path to put down the worst of the worst by any means necessary. Talk about an insane premise, yo. This manhwa goes from 0 to 100 real quick as our protag unleashes justice on the villains. It's an intense thrill ride that'll have you rooting for Gangyu to go full OP Executioner mode. If you're down for a badass MC who makes Deadpool look like a Boy Scout, make sure to bump this one way up your list. Number 2. Overpowered Sword. You know those fantasy stories with the one privileged pretty boy destined for legendary heroism? Get ready to see that cliche demolished in Overpowered Sword. Our underdog MC, Leon, can't defeat his smug rival, Lionel, until a holy sword named Elcid declares scrawny Leon as the real chosen hero. From there, it's a wild ride as this no-nonsense weapon puts Leon through intense training to literally unlock his ability to see battles unfold. The best part is watching the outmatched loser gradually transform into an unstoppable force, awaiting tired tropes with fleshed-out side characters and insane fight art. If you crave a creative underdog makes good fantasy power trip, look no further than Overpowered Sword. Number 1. Regressing with the King's Power. Oh baby, this one is awesome. Imagine hitting your mid-30s as a complete loser, skills-wise. Talk about a harsh slap in the face from the powers that be. But then, this mysterious quote-unquote king entity straight up refines RMC's life and blesses him with the busted ability of gluttony. We're talking about a skill that lets him absorb and copy any other skill he comes across. OP main character alert, from 0 to hero just like that. Now our dude Taehyun is living out a second shot at youth, armed with arguably the most game-breaking power possible. This manhwa's got that perfect mix of creative skill systems, wild power fantasies, and a relatable underdog making the most of his insane second chance. This has to be at the top of your reading list. Whether they were born with cheat-like powers or grinded their way to the top through sheer tenacity, these badass MCs showed us what it really means to be OP. If this list has you craving more stories with heroes who simply cannot be stopped, let me know down in the comments and I'll cook up another dose of that power fantasy just for you. Like, share, and subscribe as well for more top 10 videos. Peace out.